rolled us. They just, everything we spoke about all week about the effort areas, it was like watching us against Midlands again. We just didn't get off the line. We didn't work hard for each other. Just too many boys off their game, and you can't have them in playoff games. It doesn't matter if you play, Crusaders or the bottom of the league. It's if you're that off, you're gonna get punished.
Yeah. So what can you put that down to? Is it the pressure of the game or the previous results? What would you say?
There is pressure. It is a playoff game, and it's some guys might not have handled it, or the prep might not have been right, but only the player can look within himself and tell himself that story. It's but big game, a big occasion. We just didn't grab it, and Doncaster were just clinical in all areas. They beat us to everything. There was just on the back of that, there's a penalty count and then missed tackles and that first 40 was done and dusted. But guys had effort. They always have effort every week, but with effort has to come desire to want to apply effort in areas, and we didn't show that. So hopefully there's a group in there that are going to self-reflect, just like us we will as coaches. But you got, like I say, you've got to tip your hat to Doncaster. They did their own work. They came after our middles, and Wilco. They came after both our nines, Pargs and Wilco, and made them do some tackling. And they're not the biggest guys in the world, but they had some big boppers. Did Doncaster, so pretty tough day.
In terms of the first half, the battle for territory, we didn't really win, and we were just defending all the time. And it seemed, when that sin bin happened, it seemed it was going to be a tough day.
It's laws of physics. Somebody runs hard at you. You have to tackle harder, and we just didn't do that. And when we blinked and we're 12-0 down. Just a really slow, sloppy start, and like I say, you just can't dish that up in playoffs or in league games like we did against Midlands last week. We was way off, and we reviewed and we reflected last week about where we fell short, and our training was good. The boys were ready Friday with a good session, but you've got to come with something. You've got to come with a burning desire to want to beat Doncaster, and you've got to play your best game, because they're a good side. They beat Jules last week, and the budget says everything, doesn't it? They've got they can bring players in, but there's not a point there where I thought we can't beat Doncaster. We've taken them close a couple of times this year, so a bit of self-belief possibly, and that's up to myself and Mike to instill that belief again this week, because it's a short turnaround again, and we go against Sunday at Boundary Park.
Yeah, and when we did get near the line, we seemed to just spill it every time. We didn't give ourselves a chance.
It's tough, because when you do all that much defending in this heat, it affects all areas, not just your defence. So boys turning up late on assignments and things like that. Missing the running lines, and we were just off. Skill was off. Passes behind shoulders and low and high, and you could, after 10 minutes you could sense where the game was possibly going. But like I said, the boys had effort. They always do, and and proud of them, because it's been a tough year, stop start, and but we're not out of it yet. We've got another bite at the cherry next week, and we'll get the boys possibly in the best shape that they can to go into battle.
And obviously Jamie Ellis made his first appearance. How do you think he played?
The thing for Jamie is probably the mental side of the game. He's been around a long time. He's very experienced, very skillful, very good player, and both me and Mike we're very pleased that he's got on the field today and stayed on the field. So him getting to the 80 mentally will do him the world of good. So for us, that's a bonus and a positive. And hopefully he recovers well, because like I say, he's had a long layoff, and he's the guy and really that we will be leaning on this week to get the boys in the best possible place to face Crusaders.
Yeah, and Crusaders, obviously, the last time we played them, there was a close game, and they're a big side as well, like Doncaster. So
we've got to learn pretty quick. We've got a very mobile, skillful pack, but there is some teams in this league that have the bigger players, and and with that comes bigger challenges, and we will be challenged just like we got challenged today. And if we're anywhere near that performance, you know, we're out. It's that simple. So we've got to front up, be honest with each other, stay humble, and keep our feet grounded, and let's go again next week.
Yeah.
We'll be all right.
So in terms of the preparation, does this one go out the window and just totally focus?
We can't reflect on that. If it was a 28-26, you look at things where we could, but we've just got to put this to bed. It's Doncaster, we're just a better team on the day, and like Midlands were last week, you've just got to tip your hat and say, you know, fair play. And but we just fell short in too many areas, and if you're in a playoff game, if you've got one or two players off, you could probably mask that. But we had too many guys that were off today, and that showed with the result.